In the heart of bustling New York City, amidst the towering skyscrapers and ceaseless activity, lived a man named Rylan. At 40 years old, Rylan had established a comfortable routine in his life. He worked as a software developer, spending his days immersed in code and his evenings in the quiet solitude of his apartment. His life was predictable, perhaps even mundane, but he found solace in its familiarity. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day at work, Rylan decided to retire early. The hum of the city outside served as a lullaby, gently coaxing him into a deep sleep. As dawn broke, the first rays of sunlight filtered through his curtains, casting a warm glow over the room. Rylan stirred, slowly emerging from a slumber. As he blinked away the remnants of sleep, he became acutely aware of an unfamiliar presence beside him. His heart raced as he turned to find a woman lying in his bed. She appeared to be in her late 20s, with striking features and an otherworldly beauty that left him momentarily speechless. Her skin had a subtle luminescence, and her hair shimmered with hues he couldn't quite place. Rylan's mind raced, trying to recall the events of the previous night. Had he invited someone over? Had he been so tired that he'd forgotten? But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't remember meeting this woman. As he grappled with his thoughts, the woman began to stir. Her eyes fluttered open, revealing irises that sparkled like galaxies. "Good morning," she said softly, her voice melodic and soothing. Rylan swallowed hard, his mouth suddenly dry. "Good morning," he replied cautiously. "Who are you, and how did you get into my apartment?" The woman sat up slowly, her movements graceful and deliberate. "My name is Alara," she began. "I am not from here." "I mean you no harm." Rylan's confusion deepened. "Not from here? What does that mean?" Alara took a deep breath, as if steeling herself for a difficult revelation. "I am from a distant planet called Eloria. I came to Earth on a mission of exploration and observation. Last night, I sought refuge and found your apartment. I apologize for the intrusion." Rylan stared at her, his mind struggling to process her words. An alien? In his bed? It sounded like something out of a science fiction novel. Yet, as he looked into her earnest eyes, he sensed a sincerity that was hard to dismiss. "You're telling me you're an alien?" he asked, incredulous. Alara nodded. "Yes. I understand this is a lot to take in, and I am truly sorry for startling you." Rylan rubbed his temples, trying to alleviate the growing tension. "This is unbelievable. Why did you choose my apartment?" "I was drawn to your energy," Alara explained. "It felt safe. I needed a place to rest and recover, and your home provided that." Despite the absurdity of the situation, Rylan felt a strange sense of calm wash over him. There was something about Alara that was undeniably captivating. He took a deep breath, deciding to embrace the surreal nature of the moment. "All right," he said slowly. "Let's say I believe you. What happens now?" Alara offered a small, appreciative smile. "I need to repair my communication device to contact my people. It was damaged during my arrival. Until then, I am stranded here." Rylan considered her words. "I might be able to help with that. I'm good with technology. But you'll have to show me the device." Alara's eyes lit up with hope. "Thank you, Rylan. Your assistance means more to me than you can imagine." As they sat together, discussing the details of her predicament, Rylan couldn't help but feel a growing connection to this enigmatic visitor. Little did he know, this encounter would change the course of his life in ways he could never have anticipated. Over the next few days, Rylan and Alara worked together to repair her damaged communication device. Alara produced a small, intricate gadget from her belongings, its design unlike anything Rylan had ever seen. The device was sleek, with a translucent interface that displayed symbols and diagrams in a language unfamiliar to him. "This is incredible," Rylan remarked, examining the device with keen interest. "The technology is so advanced. It's like nothing we have on Earth." Alara smiled softly. "Eloria has had millennia to develop its technology. But I must admit, your world's ingenuity is impressive in its own right." As they collaborated, Rylan found himself increasingly fascinated by Alara's knowledge and perspective. She spoke of Aloria's towering crystalline cities, powered by sustainable energy sources, and of her people's harmonious relationship with their planet. In return, Rylan shared stories of Earth's diverse cultures, its achievements, and its challenges. One evening, as they took a break from their work, Rylan prepared a simple meal of pasta and salad. Alara watched intently as he cooked, her curiosity evident. On Eloria, we sustain ourselves with nutrient-rich elixirs, she explained. The concept of preparing and sharing food is quite intimate. Rylan chuckled. Here, sharing a meal is a common way to bond with others. It's a gesture of friendship and affection. As they sat down to eat, Alara took a tentative bite of the pasta. Her eyes widened in delight. This is wonderful. The flavors are so rich and complex. Rylan smiled, pleased by her reaction. I'm glad you like it. There's plenty more if you're still hungry. Over the course of their shared meals and conversations, a subtle yet undeniable connection began to form between them. Rylan found himself drawn to Alara's ethereal beauty and gentle demeanor, while Alara was captivated by Rylan's kindness and the depth of his emotions. One night, as they stood on the balcony overlooking the city, Alara gazed up at the stars. It's strange, she mused, being so far from home, yet finding a sense of belonging here. Rylan looked at her, his heart swelling with a mix of emotions. I'm glad you're here, Alara. Meeting you has been extraordinary. She turned to him, her eyes shimmering in the moonlight. I feel the same way, Rylan. You've shown me kindness and understanding in a world that is entirely foreign to me. As the days turned into weeks, their bond deepened. They shared stories of their pasts, their hopes for the future, and their fears. Rylan introduced Alara to Earth's art and music, while Alara taught Rylan about Aloria's philosophies and traditions. One evening, as they worked side by side on the communication device, their hands brushed against each other. A spark of electricity seemed to pass between them, and they both paused, looking into each other's eyes. Rylan, Alara began softly, there's something I need to tell you. He looked at her, concern etched on his face. What is it? She took a deep breath, as if gathering her courage. On Aloria, forming deep emotional bonds is rare. Our society values logic and reason above all else. But since meeting you, I've experienced feelings I've never known before. Rylan's heart pounded in his chest. Alara, I feel the same way. Being with you has changed me in ways I can't explain. Tears glistened in Alara's eyes as she reached out to touch his cheek. Rylan, I don't know what the future holds, but I want to explore these feelings with you. He covered her hand with his own, his voice filled with emotion. I want that too, Alara. More than anything. In that moment, the barriers between their worlds seemed to dissolve, leaving only the profound connection between two souls from different galaxies. As they leaned in, their lips met in a tender kiss, sealing the beginning of a love that transcended the stars. As their relationship blossomed, they continued to work on the communication device, but their focus often shifted to each other. They spent hours talking, laughing, and simply enjoying each other's presence. The apartment, once a place of solitude for Rylan, was now filled with warmth and affection. One morning, as they sat together on the couch, Alara rested her head on Rylan's shoulder. Rylan, have you ever wondered why our paths crossed? He smiled, wrapping an arm around her. All the time. Maybe it was fate, or perhaps just a cosmic accident. Either way, I'm grateful it happened. She looked up at him, her eyes filled with love. Me too. As the weeks passed, the communication device neared completion. The prospect of Alara contacting her people and possibly leaving weighed heavily on both of them, but they chose to focus on the present, cherishing each moment they had together. One evening, as they watched a movie together, Alara turned to Rylan. Tell me more about your world. What do you love most about it? He thought for a moment, then replied, I love the diversity. The different cultures, languages, and traditions. There's so much to learn and experience. She smiled. It sounds wonderful. I hope to experience more of it with you. Rylan's heart swelled with emotion. I'd like that very much, Elle. As the days turned into weeks, Rylan and Alera's bond deepened. Their collaboration on the communication device became more than just a project. It was a bridge between their two worlds. Through their shared efforts, they learned not only about each other's technologies, but also about their cultures, values, and dreams. One evening, as they sat on the balcony overlooking the city, Alera turned to Rylan with a thoughtful expression. Rylan, would you like to see a glimpse of Aloria? Rylan's eyes widened in surprise.
How?
We're light years away from your planet. Alera smiled mysteriously and retrieved a small, spherical device from her belongings. This is a hollow emitter. It can project immersive images and sounds from my home planet. I thought it might help you understand my world better. Intrigued, Rylan nodded eagerly. I'd love to see it. Alera activated the device, and the air around them shimmered. Suddenly, they were surrounded by a breathtaking panorama of Aloria. Towering crystalline structures glistened under multiple suns, casting vibrant hues across the landscape. Lush, verdant forests stretched as far as the eye could see, interwoven with rivers of liquid light. The sky was a mesmerizing tapestry of colors, with floating islands drifting lazily amidst the clouds. Rylan was awestruck. It's beautiful, Alera. I've never seen anything like it. Alera's eyes glistened with emotion. This is the capital city, Lumini. It's where I was born and raised. As they walked through the holographic projection, Alera pointed out various landmarks and shared stories from her childhood. She spoke of the Harmony Spire, a towering structure that resonated with melodies created by the wind, and the luminescent gardens, where flora emitted a soft, enchanting glow during the night cycles. Rylan listened intently, captivated by her tales. Your world seems so harmonious and advanced. It's like a utopia. Alera nodded. In many ways it is. But like any society, we have our challenges. Our pursuit of harmony sometimes leads to suppressing individual desires for the collective good. Rylan looked at her thoughtfully. Is that why you became an explorer? To seek something beyond that harmony. Alera smiled softly. Perhaps. I wanted to understand other civilizations, to see how they balance individuality and community. Meeting you has given me insights I never expected. As the holographic tour continued, they arrived at a serene lake with waters that sparkled like liquid crystal. Alera paused, her expression turning wistful. This was my favorite place. I used to come here to think, to dream. Rylan reached out, gently taking her hand. Thank you for sharing this with me, Alera. It means a lot. She looked into his eyes, her voice tender. You've shared your world with me, Rylan. It's only fair I share mine with you. In that moment, surrounded by the ethereal beauty of Aloria, their connection deepened. The boundaries between their worlds blurred, leaving only the profound bond between two souls from different galaxies. As the holographic projection faded, returning them to the reality of the New York skyline, Rylan felt a renewed sense of purpose. Alera, I want to help you contact your people, but I also don't want to lose you. Alera squeezed his hand gently. I feel the same way, Rylan. Let's take it one step at a time. For now, let's focus on the present and cherish the moments we have together. With that understanding, they continued their journey, navigating the complexities of their intertwined destinies and discovering that love could indeed transcend the vast expanse of the cosmos. As the weeks turned into months, Rylan and Alera's relationship blossomed into a profound and intimate bond. They shared their deepest fears, dreams, and desires, finding solace in each other's presence. Their love transcended the vast chasm between their worlds, creating a sanctuary where they could be their truest selves. One evening, as they sat together on the balcony, the city lights twinkling below, Alera's expression grew serious. Rylan, there's something I need to tell you, she began, her voice tinged with apprehension. Rylan turned to her, concern evident in his eyes. What is it, Alera? She took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. My people, the Alorians, have strict protocols regarding interactions with other species. Our mission was solely for observation, with minimal contact. But I've violated those protocols by forming a relationship with you. Rylan's heart sank. What does that mean for us? Alara looked away, her gaze distant. If my superiors discover our relationship, they may force me to return to Eloria. Worse, they might take measures to erase any evidence of our connection, including your memories. A heavy silence settled between them as the gravity of the situation sank in. Rylan reached out, taking her hand in his. I don't want to lose you, Alara. There must be something we can do. She squeezed his hand gently. I've been working on a solution. If we can fully repair the communication device, I can contact a trusted ally within the Elorian Council. Perhaps they can grant us asylum or find a way to legitimize our relationship. Hope flickered in Rylan's chest. Then let's finish the repairs. Together. Over the next few days, they redoubled their efforts, working tirelessly to restore the device. Their shared determination strengthened their bond, each moment together more precious than the last. Finally, after countless hours of meticulous work, the device hummed to life. Alara's eyes sparkled with a mix of relief and apprehension. It's ready, she said softly. Rylan placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. No matter what happens, we'll face it together. Alara nodded, her resolve firm. She activated the device, and a holographic interface materialized before them. Navigating through the complex menus, she established a secure connection to her ally on Eloria. A moment later, a figure appeared within the hologram, a dignified Elorian with an air of authority. Alara, the figure greeted, surprise evident in their tone. We feared you were lost. Counselor Thala, Alara replied respectfully. I have much to explain. Over the next hour, Alara recounted her experiences on Earth, her relationship with Rylan, and their plea for understanding. Counselor Thaler listened intently, their expression unreadable. When Alara finished, Thaler remained silent for a moment before speaking. Alara, your actions have indeed violated our protocols. However, the Council has been reconsidering our stance on interspecies relations. Your experience may serve as a valuable case study. A glimmer of hope shone in Alara's eyes. Does that mean? Thaler offered a slight smile. I will advocate on your behalf. For now, remain where you are. I will contact you with further instructions. As the hologram faded, Rylan pulled Alara into an embrace. There's hope, he murmured. She nodded against his chest. Yes, but we must remain cautious. Until we receive official approval, we're still at risk. Days turned into weeks as they awaited word from Counselor Thaler. During this time, Rylan and Alara cherished their moments together, finding solace in their love amidst the uncertainty. One evening, as they watched the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, Alara spoke softly. No matter what happens, Rylan, know that meeting you has been the greatest joy of my life. He kissed her forehead tenderly. And you've brought a light into mine that I never knew was missing. Their future remained uncertain, but their love gave them strength. Together, they faced the unknown, hopeful that their bond could bridge the vast expanse between their worlds. Weeks had passed since Alara and Rylan had contacted Counselor Thaler. The anticipation of the Council's decision weighed heavily on them, but they found solace in each other's company. Their love had grown stronger, a beacon of hope amidst the uncertainty. One evening, as they sat together watching the sunset, the communication device emitted a soft chime. Alara's heart raced as she activated it, revealing the holographic image of Counselor Thaler. Alara, Rylan, Thaler began, the Council has deliberated on your situation. Given the unique nature of your bond, we have decided to permit your union, under certain conditions. Rylan squeezed Alara's hand, a surge of relief washing over him. What conditions? He asked. Thaler's expression remained neutral. Alara, you are to remain on Earth as our liaison, fostering understanding between our species. Rylan, you will assist her in this endeavor. However, your relationship must remain discreet until our societies are ready to accept such a union. Alara nodded, gratitude evident in her eyes. Thank you, Counselor. We will honor these conditions. As the hologram faded, Rylan pulled Alara into an embrace. We did it, he whispered. She smiled, tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. Yes, we did. In the days that followed, they began their work as liaisons, bridging the gap between their worlds. They organized cultural exchanges, shared knowledge, and worked tirelessly to promote understanding and acceptance. Their love, once a secret, became a symbol of unity, inspiring others to look beyond differences and embrace the unknown. Together, they proved that love could indeed transcend the vast expanse of the cosmos. As they stood hand in hand, gazing at the stars, they knew that their journey was just beginning. And with their love as their guide, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Months had passed since Rylan and Alara began their roles as liaisons between Earth and Eloria. Their efforts had fostered a budding understanding between the two civilizations, and their discreet relationship had only deepened their bond. Yet, amidst their successes, an undercurrent of unease lingered, a sense that their journey was far from over. One evening, as they sat together beneath a canopy of stars, the communication device emitted an urgent chime. Alara activated it, revealing the holographic image of Counselor Thalu, whose expression was grave. Alara, Rylan, Thaler began, we have detected an anomaly approaching Earth's solar system. Its origin is unknown, and its trajectory suggests a direct course toward your planet. Rylan exchanged a concerned glance with Alara. What kind of anomaly? He inquired. Thaler's image flickered slightly. We are uncertain. It emits no recognizable energy signatures and does not match any known technology. We estimate it will reach Earth within 72 hours. Alara's brow furrowed. Could it be a threat? We cannot say, Thaler replied. But we advise caution. Prepare for all contingencies. We will continue to monitor the situation and provide updates. As the hologram faded, Rylan felt a knot tighten in his stomach. What do we do? Alara stood, her gaze fixed on the horizon. We need more information. If this anomaly poses a danger, we must be ready to act. Over the next 2 days, they worked tirelessly, gathering data and consulting with experts from both Earth and Eloria. The anomaly remained an enigma, defying all attempts at analysis. As the deadline approached, a palpable tension settled over them. On the 3rd day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the anomaly entered Earth's atmosphere. To their astonishment, it was not a vessel or weapon, but a colossal, luminescent being, its form shifting and ethereal. It descended gracefully, coming to rest above the city, casting an otherworldly glow. Alara's eyes widened in recognition. It's a luminary, she whispered. A what? Rylan asked, bewildered. A being of pure energy, Alara explained. They are ancient entities, believed to be the progenitors of life in the universe. Their appearances are rare and often signify a momentous event. As they watched, the luminary emitted a series of harmonious tones, resonating deep within their beings. Alara closed her eyes, attuning herself to the frequencies. After a moment, she spoke, her voice imbued with awe. It brings a message. A warning. Rylan's heart pounded. What kind of warning? Alara opened her eyes, meeting his gaze. A cosmic event approaches, one that could disrupt the fabric of reality. The luminary urges unity between our worlds to face this impending crisis. The weight of her words settled over them. Their love, once a personal refuge, now held the potential to be a beacon for their civilizations. Rylan took Alara's hand, his resolve firm. Then we must act. Together, we can bridge our worlds and confront this challenge. Alara nodded, a determined light in her eyes. Our journey has led us here, to this moment. Let's show the universe the strength of our bond. As the luminary's glow enveloped them, they felt a surge of energy, a fusion of their essences. In that instant, they became a living testament to the power of unity and love, ready to face the unknown horizons ahead. Their story, once a tale of forbidden affection, had evolved into a legend of hope and collaboration, a shining example for all beings across the cosmos.